morning. So, I've spent the last couple of weeks, maybe last month or so, uh, reading biographies, watching uh, watching biographies, and watching video coverage of people, accomplished people, talking about the things that they do. Why do you make movies? Why are you a comedian? Why did you run this business? How did you do those things? And they all have different approaches, different reasons, different motivations. Um, but what they can all do is actually talk about it, right? And something that I've noticed as we've gone through and worked with companies and people over the last several years is that a lot of people actually don't know what they're doing and why. And maybe that's just personality. Maybe it's the structure of the system that they're in. They're not in control of the system. So if you're in control of the system, you can talk about it a lot more, or at least tell a better story about it. But when we do value stream mapping, when we sit down and talk to teams, do lean coffees, talk to the organization and say, what is it that you're doing? Why are you here? We've talked with employees of companies that do important philanthropic work around the world, with agencies that provide vital human services. And if you talk to people about what the organization does and why it's important, they can always tell you. But if you talk to them about what they do, why they're there, what their personal contribution is, that can get pretty fuzzy. And then when you ask them, how can you improve? That's likewise fuzzy. So, it all goes back to what Ed Deming talked about with constancy of purpose. Why are you here? What is it that makes you do what you do? Do you want to do it? Do you like to do it? Do you feel like you have a hand in making it better? And so all these quote unquote accomplished people that I've been watching, musicians and whatnot, of course you're seeing them through the lens of success bias, because you wouldn't be making a video about them if they had either failed or just done a boring thing. There aren't a lot of documentaries out there about people, that have a hot dog cart, no matter how amazing that hot dog cart might be. The Unless it's the best hot dog cart, the best hot dog cart ever, right? So, you see a lot of things about Ryan Franklin. Ryan Franklin literally just goes to a hut every day and makes barbecue, but he makes what's been recognized as some of the best barbecue in the world, and he does that because he personally has a strong constancy of purpose about what it is, what it is he's making, why he's making it, what makes it good. He goes out and gets these big gas containers, gas drums, and like cuts them open and makes his smokers out of them. He does. Oh, computers, you are the best at interrupting people. Um, we When we're setting up systems, when we are trying to inspire people to be lean, to do stuff, any stuff. Perform on a sports team, perform on a business team, perform at home, perform in school. Um, as leaders, as the people that will be lucky enough one day to be the people that a documentary is made about, we not only have to know why we do what we do and why the world needs it or might need it. We need to know the story the impetus, how to build the system to get everyone that we're working with, everyone in our organization, not to feel the same way, but to feel their own way about achieving those same goals. To inspire them in one way or another to find ways to improve. So just going and telling people on the shop floor or designers or whatever you have, bankers, just telling them to go out and do Kaizen and improve, that's bunk. It has no context. It has no personal meaning. There's no room for professional satisfaction in that. There's no room for professional expression. There's no room for creative satisfaction, creative expression, intellectual satisfaction, intellectual input, right? Who we are, how do we as individuals fit in with the product, and how do we as owners, managers, buyers, whatever we might be, how do we not inspire people? They literally, they can inspire themselves, but how do we create the system that gets out of the way to allow them to find that inspiration? Because that inspiration is what makes the company money. It's what makes the company stable. It's what makes the company successful. So that's my Saturday morning mulling.